Good morning. So, this is like the day before the freeze. You want to see something? Look what I just found. Those right there, if you can see them, would be aphids. And what sucks is that they're in my greenhouse. And yeah, my greenhouse looks like a haunted little house. Like, it's ridiculous. I haven't been in here like all summer long, so things are looking rough. Let me show you. It looks like an abandoned house. Like, it really does. Like, abandoned house that weeds have completely taken over, and there's no sign of life. Oh my goodness, my ginger. Wow. I will say, you definitely could tell what bugs I have though. Yeah, like, this is just embarrassing. It really is. It's just embarrassing. Oh, like, all of my seed starts that I did, that obviously didn't sprout. You know what's crazy? Is that's my cuttings of euonymus, and they're still growing. Even though I turned off the water to this probably like a month ago. Look at that. But look at some of the weeds that grew flowers. Now that one's kind of cool, but this one is the best. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? I don't know what it was that it just got me. I am gonna have a lot of work that I have to get done before I can even start moving my plants in. But that's part of gardening, right? I don't know about you guys, but my 2020 has not been the kindest to me, and I kind of lost track in spring because of COVID. I wasn't able to like start my gardening season out right. I had a hard time just pulling up to a gardening place and letting them pick out my own plants. Like, it just started out rough. And so yeah, it's been an interesting year, and so I haven't really been as with it as I normally am. And I think with some of the people that I'm friends with on my other gardening pages, I think all of us have kind of had the same problem. I couldn't have any garden people over, like a garden tour with friends and family, just for the fact that like I didn't get anything really done. Like, I kind of maintained, but that was it. Like, there wasn't anything special. So anyway, so we're gonna try to get back on track and get ready for 2021 and start my gardening out right. This is a weed, by the way. I did not plant this. Like, this is one weed. Isn't that crazy? And it is covered with aphids. Like, ugh. So anyway, I'm just gonna kind of set the camera up and grab a big old trash can. I really kind of want to put a lot of this stuff in my composter, which is just on the other side of this. Just for the fact that, I don't know, but it scares me because of having aphids. I'm like, should I put it in there with the aphids? But like, a composter gets pretty hot and it's basically going to cook in there. So I don't really have to worry about it. You know what? I'm still gonna do it. It'll be interesting, the seeds that I have though, if the composter will be so warm that they'll try to grow in there. Anyway, all right guys, enough talking. Let's get this going. Of course, I have to start my incense. I don't know why, but it kind of gives me like a comforting feeling. All right, so I'm gonna turn on my music and kind of do like a little time-lapse thing. So, hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so the greenhouse is cleared out. A couple of things that I did notice is that the aphids are horrible. Like, oh my goodness, they are awful. Ideally, what I should have done, but I didn't, is that I should have done this like a couple of weeks ago. Sprayed it, cleaned it, let it set, let the bug spray, let the grass killer, let everything kind of set. And then I would have actually closed up my greenhouse pretty tight to like make it just like a sauna in here. But I didn't do that, and I can't go back and fix it now. Well, tonight it's gonna get down to like in the low 40s. I just checked the weather. And then it's supposed to rain for like the next 4 days. Not ideal. But what I'll probably do is I will go through and take all of my like succulents. I'll go ahead and put those in here. Like anything that's like very, very tender, that's whenever I will put it up in the greenhouse. Everything else, like a lot of my tropics, like you just kind of have to know your plants. So whatever zone that they're normally, I kind of base it off of there. And then you gotta think like some northern parts of Florida, like they do get a little cold. Now, like if it was gonna be 30s, like for 3 or 4 days, no, I couldn't do that. But like one night, like if it gets down to 30, but it's been like 50 all day long, you'll be fine. So I always get my advice from like other gardeners that have done it way longer than I have. And like the first like 8 years, I would freak out every time winter was coming. I was like, oh my God, like I gotta get in. So I'd go ahead and get like my greenhouse all packed, and then I'd have like a week that it was like 70, 80 degrees, and the greenhouse of course gets up in the hundreds, and I'm like, dang it. But so this time I'm a little behind the ball, but I think it'll be okay still. So what I'm gonna do is, I love how Karen's helping me clean. She's cleaning all the bugs up for me. I should just like close the door and just like let her just have at it one day. But anyway, okay, so here's the plan. I'm gonna take a rake and I'm gonna go over this entire thing. And then I'm gonna take a shovel. And I remember now that I had some holes that I think moles or something, I'm gonna hope it's moles in a way. Anyway, something that was like tunneling into the greenhouse. And so I have like giant tunnels back here. So I'm gonna, I have some dirt that's old, some old potting soil. So I'm gonna put that in there, sweep everything, and then I'm gonna spray everything, clean all the yucky up everywhere. Try to get as many of the vines like out of the crevices as I can, like a bug killer, and then I'm gonna put down a weed and grass killer, excuse me, and then I'm gonna start putting it all up, or put everything in here. So anyway, yeah, there we have it. All right, let's get to cleaning. Alright, so now that everything is clean, I'll do a tour in just a second, but I'm gonna go ahead and do like weed and grass killer and spray that all over the bottom of the greenhouse. Now, is it gonna really help a lot? Probably not, because like I'm gonna have all my pots and everything's gonna be sitting on the ground, but I'm hoping it'll help a little. Then, to clean everything, like top to bottom, I have some bug killer 7. I've used this before. My hibiscus, like I guarantee when I put my hibiscus in here, I'll get aphids on it every time, no matter what. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray the whole bottom part of this, and then I will take that spray and I'll use my hose and I'll spray it everywhere. And then I can start moving plants in. So hopefully it's not getting too late. I had to change shirts. I got dirt all in my shirt and it was awful. Ugh. Anyway, okay, let's do this. Okay, so one little thing. I did have great ventilation in here when I was going, but because of the water and because of the temperature outside, it dropped it below a certain degree, so everything turned off. All the fans, like everything was closing, so I didn't have the greatest airflow, which is not smart, but I needed to get it done. And then the other, I'm gonna have to close this door because my chicken and my dog keep trying to get in it. But, oh well. Alright, so let me give it a second to kind of air out a little bit, and I'll give you a tour, and then we'll wrap up this video. Sound good? Cool. Alright guys, so it's kind of aired out a little bit, but let me go ahead and show you a little tour, because I don't think I've actually done that, of like the greenhouse with the empty. So let me just kind of show you some stuff as I see a spider web. Here's one of the corners. So we go up. Here's my little cord to open the door. And then I have my fans up there. And then I have a thermometer here that when it gets to 80 degrees, the fans kick on. So then I also have all of my watering, my sprinkler system, that I have lines that go all over, and I just found a leak. Well, how about that? So yeah, I'll have to fix that. But anyway, so these are some shelves that I built. I had these over here, but I needed something that I could put like medium-sized pots on that could go here, and then I have some space that I could put my bigger pots, and then I could put my succulents up here. And then I can control the water on all levels. So obviously, like stuff that doesn't really need a lot of water, I put up the highest. Stuff that needs a lot of water, I put it the lowest. The other great thing that this does is that you kind of have to look at it as zones. So I have like 1 zone, 2 zone, 3 zones. So like stuff that likes a lot of shade, well, I'm gonna put it at the very bottom because I'm not gonna get as much light by the time I get to the bottom of the thing. And stuff that can deal with a little bit colder temps, I also like have it on the floor too. Obviously, the higher you go, the warmer it is because it's a greenhouse. So that's kind of how I do it. And then like I have a shelf over here that I could kind of do my like propagating. Like it gets pretty good light throughout the whole entire shelf. Let's see, I do have a dirt bottom. So I did put mulch in here, but the mulch has kind of all disappeared and gotten degraded and all kinds of stuff. If I keep having the mole issue or whatever is tunneling into it, I'm gonna end up having to put brick down. I'm not a huge fan of this because whenever I water and stuff, I just want it to go into the ground and then water the ground. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. But I like the mulch idea because it breaks down and it provides warmth and kind of gives me a nice bedding to put down. But I have a lot of stuff that's coming up that I need to do. I just have to get like one project done before I can do the next project, and so on and so on. They all kind of feed off each other. But anyway, so I think that's pretty much the tour. I do have lights up here. They're not grow lights or anything, they're just regular lights. And I can switch it on here. And that is also waterproof too. And then I have 4 plug-ins because I plug in my heaters, and they also have a, in case you get shocked, breaker. There we go. They also have all breakers. Everything has a breaker. Even the main wire that goes into this place. Oh, let me show you this. Check that out. So this is my little table, and I made sure that I didn't put any legs because I wanted to be, I just kind of put cross beam. Because I wanted to be able to put stuff under here like my dirt, my soil, or dirt and soil. And like put some extra pots down there, stuff like that. And then I obviously have like a little shelving up here. Now I kind of just use this as like bucket storage or minerals or fertilizer, or I have rocks that go into one of them. So like that's another little tray. In a greenhouse, you can't have too many shelves. So you kind of have to, the first year you kind of do what you think is best, and then you see what you need to improve on, and then the following year you do it. So this will be the second year that I've had this layout and this design. Because of everything going on, I lost a lot of plants that actually go into the greenhouse. So this could be the first year that I don't have an entire greenhouse full of plants. It's gonna be kind of awkward. I've never had that before, but it just gives me more room to do other things, I guess. Anyway, let's wrap this up. So here's the greenhouse. It's all cleaned out, ready to go. Gotta start moving in. I do want to make one little note to you guys. This year has been hard, like on anybody that has any kind of mental illness, me especially. I fight it all the time, and so I really have suffered a lot this year, and was in the hospital, in and out of the hospital and whatnot. And so that's kind of why I not been as active in my yard as I normally am. But hey, everything is getting fixed now, and I'm in my little happy place. So anyway, guys, like I just want y'all to stay as positive as you can. Let's get through 2020. Let's get to 21. And yeah, my 21st birthday was a good one, so hopefully this one will be too, right? Anyway, here's hoping. But anyway, thanks guys. Please subscribe. I seen that 90% aren't subscribed, which I thought was funny. It was weird, but anyway, love you guys. Thank you again. Bye.